I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm trying my best. I would love for us as gamers to come together and reshape the way we think about video games, the way we think we should be served video games, and the way we think developers should serve us, the customer, these games. It sounds entitled, but I've been spoiled, and so have you. For instance, From Software is one of those companies that seems to have this really interesting, very wonderful treatment of its customers and the way it addresses and approaches things. I think other developers can benefit from that paradigm. It would help them be successful overall. And number two, the gamers would be happy to open their wallets and give them money. I'm not even talking about the Randy Pitchford incident, which I might highlight in this video, but I saw this today. Stellar Blade is its developers are making a game that's going to be cross-platform, and they're hiring. It's going to be cross-platform and next gen and all of the above, right? And I saw somebody put this particular post up here and said, "We hope the Xbox community will get involved. Games like this definitely need to be on all platforms." Stellar Blade, Sarah Bond. They highlighted this other person, Agnes Kim. I don't know who this is. Xbox KR. This is Xbox Korean accounts. The Xbox engineers and Microsoft dev are the best in the console industry. When everybody plays, we all win. Xbox 3PO, blah, blah, blah. And, last time somebody made a video, a post like this, I got triggered. But today I'm not triggered. I've there was a lot of friendly fire in that video. I didn't even know that person, was supporting Xbox and was coming from a very, their intentions were good. And so I don't want to go all heavy on this, but I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, were it not for gamers, these developers will be nowhere. Were it not for gamers, these publishers will be nowhere. Once you take this approach to everything that we've been doing in terms of talking about the gaming industry, you'll start to see something quite different. If these developers did not have you or fellow gamers or other patrons who actually cared about their product or cared about what it is that they brought, and if they did not even exercise care in ensuring that they serve these gamers, they'd never be where they are today. This is not any matter of contemplation. This is just a natural fact. So, what or how do I think gamers can come together and start reassessing the way we think about video games and developers? Number one, we ought not remind developers that they need money. Well, not every time. Sometimes maybe. Maybe we may be able to give them hints and say, hey, man, there's money to be made here. But to be honest, these people have accessibility. They understand and they have access to data. They know what's going on in the industry. And they're very well aware of exactly what they're playing. These folk purposefully went ahead and took a publishing deal that they signed to make their game exclusive to one platform. After having announced their concept to be coming everywhere, they allowed themselves to fall into that particular, situation. Even their other counterparts in Korea, the Pearl Abyss, who pretty much came up with the, hey man, we're not going to do this limited exclusivity thing with y'all, but rather we take our games everywhere else, said that in their own assessment, that is because these guys were inexperienced. So it seems like these guys have now gone to sign a contract with PlayStation, who's going to use their game to tout their ecosystem and parade it everywhere, right? While they send their own games to PC to go make money, and some of their game or one of their games to Xbox, MLB The Show, while this game has to basically be limited from other gamers. It's a lesson that must be learned, and I'm sure that they're aware of it. You can't tell me that they're not aware of what's going on. They're very well aware of what's going on. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that we ought to take a different approach in saying whoever is going to give us value, those are the people we're going to patronize. When you think about a game like Stellar Blade, a third-party game, I think some gamers ought to just go ahead and say, you know what, why don't I reward a third-party developer that brought their game to Xbox without me having to ask? I think that's where we need to start going. Calling me crazy, but I'm at this point where I'm kind of in a situation where I'm like, okay, what does this exclusivity thing bring to the table for me? And I'm not saying take my stance. I'm just saying I'm just asking questions on how we should start thinking. There are other developers that are breaking their neck, going through certification process, application process, everything, taking the risk to bring their platform, their games to you. If you're an Xbox user, I think you do them a great favor if you honor them. I get it. There's desire to want to play a specific game, but you are to be pursued, not for carrots to be dangled in front of you. That would make you the sheep. No, don't let these devs and publishers do that. They should be chasing you wherever you are. Hey, you play on the Nintendo Switch? Well, come out here. I have something for you. That's what should be happening. Not like, hey, man, if you want to play this game, you ought to go buy a Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo's taking shots fired in this video. I'm not picking on Nintendo. I'm just saying that as a third-party effort, we need to start rethinking how we address and approach these things. So at this moment in time, I'm just at the point where it's like, what am I going to do about it? I know what I'm going to do about it. I don't need to tell you. You could go do whatever the heck it is you want to do about it. Or you can keep begging these developers and then allowing for people to come ahead and come around and start calling you port beggar, because you said, to the devs, hey, why don't bring your game over here? You don't got to tell them. 30 million units. See, if the game was really that special, right, its developers would never have said the words, we hope to sell more copies on Steam than the PlayStation 5. So that should already hint you that you need not even be bothering. Like, maybe there might be exceptions of games that are worth chasing, right? Maybe. But you got to think about how PlayStation gamers also looked at these games. And don't be fooled. Most PlayStation gamers and Xbox gamers enjoy playing similar games as well, too. So when it comes down to it, there are things as an Xbox gamer that you can look forward to. Yes, you need not worry. Are you kidding me? Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers. It's coming to Xbox. The developers did not need to be reminded that there is an Xbox platform, a PlayStation platform, and a PC platform for the game. They just brought the game and said, hey, come play our game. Hey, we want to bring our game to you. What do you think? To me, I think there's nothing more gamer-centric than a development team that brings their games to you. Crimson Desert's coming. The developer said no to blocking Xbox from their own game for a period of at least 1 year. This story was one of the, in fact, I think, I said to you guys that last year, one of the biggest stories of the year in 2024 was Square Enix basically saying that they wanted to move multi-platform. They didn't hit sales metrics. They didn't hit profitability. Why? Because Square Enix is a big publisher. But following that particular paradigm, this particular story, it not only came to support that Square story, it exposed another aspect of the conversation that has been forgotten for the longest time, which is that PlayStation actively takes measures to block these games from going to Xbox. Not just Game Pass, which was another allegation that they faced, them stopping games from going to Game Pass, but at going to the full Xbox ecosystem. You know what's crazy about this post? And Brian Ike, I'm not picking on you. Last time I went crazy, it was insane, right? And guess what? There are people all over here now starting to talk nonsense. You're port begging. Xbox gamers don't buy games. What's funny is the reason that PlayStation blocked this game from going to Xbox is so that the so-called Xbox players who you are claiming are not buying games would go buy the game on PlayStation. So the logic, you're opening opportunity for these brain dead, brain rot, Twitter accounts, because I'm not convinced that there are real human beings behind these accounts. I can tell you that these might just be bots that people have basically trained, in the console war, in AI models to just comment stupid talking points. But the gamer runs the gaming industry. The moment gamers dial in, that's when the industry is going to change. Believe you me. Gamers run the industry. Look at the way Ubisoft... See, guys, sometimes out of just the zeitgeist, things happen. Look at the way Ubisoft Massive ran back to make a Division 3 game once they could not sell their already existing audience an Avatar game and then next a Star Wars game. Bro, they ran fast. They were like, hey, by the way, that Division game that we said we didn't have plans for, we have plans for it now. Or in the case of PlayStation, hey, how about that PlayStation requirement? Yeah, y'all got to start training these devs and publishers, man. I don't think we're doing a good job. I'm out. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace out.